But we also know that if we need anything or need to go to him, we can.
Is there an example, going back to what Sean was asking about, with something you've had to speak up with and say, like, maybe this is something we should change or do differently?
Just some stuff defensively, just some stuff that, you ask them, well, I've done this in the past. Have you ever thought about this? Or, just bringing up different ideas to get people to think about. Doesn't mean that it's always right, but just the idea of, oh, maybe that might work or maybe that might be different. Just some stuff like that. But nothing, I think everybody has especially John has a good gauge of what he wants to do and what he wants his team to look like. So we just got to try to figure out how we can make it look that way.
John was talking about how big of a moment it was just to have this first practice, I'm in charge. Did you get the sense that he was like super amped up, or did he talk about the feelings that he had going into that first practice?
I think you got the feeling that he was really excited, because this is something, I know that he's dreamed about. I think this was his biggest dream, being the head coach at Duke. You really don't know if it'll ever come true.
Sure.
But I think he's excited about it, and I think he understands, what he feels his obligation is to the university and to the program for playing here, graduated from here. So I think it was more of an excitement than it was like an anxiety. I think he was ready to get after it and get going.
What have been your impressions of Jeremy Roach so far, and just, the role that he's going to have to play for this team?
He's going to have a big role. If we're going to be as good as we think we are going to be, I think he's going to be a main part of it. And like I was saying earlier, he's been our best player through the summer and through the fall and coming up into, the first day of practice. And, for him, his next big step is just leading. He's going to have to be able to lead at a high level for us to be really good, because he's really the only person returning that's had significant minutes and played big parts here at Duke. We have transfers and stuff who've played big roles at where they're being, but this is a different place. This is a different level than most places. So, we're leaning on him a lot to kind of bridge that gap.
Were you able to kind of go back and look at what he did during the NCAA tournament, sort of diagnose what made him step up to that level and how to keep him there?
Yeah, just that confidence that he played with. That's the biggest thing, is carrying over that confidence, and he's been able to do that. Now I think, of course, there's things that he still needs to get better at. Like, we got to get some of his percentages up, his three-point percentage, his free throw percentage should be high, and things like that. Got to get turnover rate down. So it's things that he definitely can improve at and needs to improve at. But I think as long as he plays with that confidence that he did play with through the tournament, and he knows he can do it at the biggest times on the biggest stage, that gives us really the best foundation we can.
Coach, how much time have you spent in Durham over the years, particularly with Hillside High School and of course, Central? And and when you was coming back as a kid, I'm sure, with your dad being from here, you ever think about coaching here?
No, I did not. This just kind of happened. And we spent every summer till I was probably, at least till I started playing like true AAU basketball till about 16. And so my mom is from here, my dad's parents are from here, so we used to be over, my mom's mom lived off East Weaver Street, so we used to be right over there by Central all the time, and all of my family, like my mom's brother run Mount Zion Christian Church and Academy, so we've always been around that area. And my grandparents, my father's father lives 6 minutes from here, off Washington Street. So, we've always been in Durham and always been in this area. This is something that, you never thought would happen, just because of how it's been with, people from Duke always working at Duke. But, it's just a coincidence, that it just worked out. So I'm happy it did, and I'm happy I'm here.
Good to have you here.
In what ways